When I fell in love with Bellydance, it was because of YouTube. When I discovered YouTube, I would constantly search for the live videos from the Zoo TV era, although later the 2001 Boston videos would turn out to be my favorites. One video that I constantly looked at was the Zoo TV Sydney video of Mysterious Ways, where Bono was singing with the belly dancer who would later become the Edge's wife, Morley Stenberg. I was scrolling down the YouTube comments. I know, but just wait. And someone mentioned a dancer who was far superior to Morley. Her name was Rachel Brice. So I looked her up and I was hooked. One of the things I learned when researching belly dance was that this was one of the few dance forms in the West that had room professionally for dancers learning at a late age. One other thing that I learned was that there were tons of DVDs from which one could learn at home, and even more importantly, there was a strong community of belly dance DVD reviewers on Amazon and elsewhere who were excellent at critiquing the fine points of a dance tutorial or workout. One of them was Mana Bhargava, whose personal website I would soon come to frequent for several years. So in 2008, I looked up local belly dancers on Google and phoned Sabea, who was based in Port Coquitlam. When I told her I lived near Lougheed Station, she suggested I go to Amara in New Westminster, which was also next to Douglas College where I studied. In July of 2008, I took a 4-week series of workshops with Tamara, an Egyptian-style belly dancer, at Amara Studio. I'd recently discovered World Dance New York and started amassing a huge collection of belly dance DVDs. I was surprised Tamara hadn't heard of Blanca, a gorgeous dancer based in New York. She thought I meant Boyenka. Blanca, while highly successful with a DVD of her own, had rarely, if ever, done workshops on the West Coast, whereas Bojenka was a renowned worldwide workshop instructor and a member of the Bellydance Superstars. I took a cabaret belly dance class with Michelle Etienne, a beautiful and well-respected dancer of Caribbean origins, and then halfway through my second class with Lisa Jordan, I plunged into tribal fusion classes. I tried once to go to Martina of Belly French, but she was based in Richmond, and it was a 2-hour commute just to get to the studio. I did try to take classes with Lava at Scotiabank Dance Center, but I kept running out of money to take her classes. Her warm-up was also extremely hard on the body of a dancer who had never gone to the gym or done any kind of rigorous exercise on a regular basis before taking up belly dancing. I was looking for belly dancers of Middle Eastern origins to learn from, while at the time there were no fusion belly dance teachers of Middle Eastern origins. Two of the most successful belly dancers in Vancouver were Mahad, a second-generation Lebanese-Canadian belly dancer who was in her 60s when I met her, and Pune, a gorgeous Iranian performer of Egyptian and Persian folkloric dance who had immigrated to Canada as an adult. Pune was based in North Vancouver but taught a weekly class in Coquitlam and later in Port Moody. Most of her students at that class were from the local Iranian community, although it was the occasional white women and me. One thing I did not grasp at the beginning was the technical differences as opposed to costume differences between tribal and cabaret, and this turned out to be a problem later on. I discriminately bought tribal fusion and cabaret style DVDs. Ironically, while I gravitated to cabaret and folklore teachers who were actually of Middle Eastern origin, when it came to DVDs, I preferred by far the tribal fusion teachers like Ashara and Ariella, and the theatrical teachers like Autumn Ward and Anasma. For several years, I remained a sloppy dancer, but when I was using those moves while performing my song poetry, my audience ate it up. I lived a completely sedentary life till I was 27 and decided I wanted to be a belly dancer. The only attempts I had made at fitness were intermittent hour-long walks in my suburban neighborhood. Now I was trying to do 25 to 45-minute yoga Pilates workouts followed by hours of drills. For the longest time, I never enjoyed the process of training or even exercising. I had knee issues which I did not address for the longest time, and plantar fasciitis. And on top of this, I've only recently discovered that I had had scoliosis for all of my life.